So hey y'all, I'm back with another video. So tonight's video is yet again another Chioma Chats video podcast edition. So by the title, we're going to be talking about St. Louis rapper Sexyy Red being exposed by her ex and also baby father for having an STD. Yes, you see the title, it's felt like I have some type of grammatical complication, and that's because YouTube makes it that way. But y'all get the point. So Sexyy Red is a polarizing topic. She raps about very heinous and vulgar topics, all while doing it with catchy beats and cadences that might get your foot tapping or your hips moving. I will definitely give it to her to say that although I don't agree with her whole entire brand imagery, and I don't necessarily think she's a good rapper, but she is able to excel because she's almost a parody, but also a stereotype. And when she first came out, a lot of people were taken aback, but eventually got on board and defended her because for some reason there's a group of black women who feel that her representation is so necessary. The hood, ghetto, gutter black girl from any hood in any USA city who is authentically herself and makes no excuses for her proximity to violence, promiscuity, and general curses. And that's definitely an opinion that people can have. I do think Sexyy Red's brand imagery is too exaggerated for me because I don't think it's practical that the things that she raps about is part of her everyday life. But I also think that possibly she's giving tidbits of her real life. So this is a woman who raps about her poom poom being pink, her bum bum hole being brown, getting stuffed with peanut butter, reading between the lines, and just making sex her main focus. So it really wasn't a surprise that it comes out that her child's father and ex-boyfriend accused her of passing around HSV and has now outed her by leaking a phone call where she doesn't really confirm or deny, but pretty much wishes bad on him and his sexual health. And it just goes to show the nuance in her brand imagery. So I wanted to talk about this because it's viral, but also because I find it really interesting that someone can literally proudly lead a whole movement, but some of the results that are just simple perceptions that may come with it are for some reason shocking to people when a lot of the stuff has been right in front of our face. So I've broken this video down into two main talking points. So without further ado, let's get right into this video. So my first point is the allegations. So Sexyy Red's baby daddy and ex came out to expose her. I'm just gonna read through what was said as well as play the clip of the phone conversation. I will instill a trigger warning because we are talking about a mature topic, but I do want to say that all of this is alleged. I can't indicate whether or not she has herpes or doesn't. I'll have my thoughts on all that once we play the clip. But the first thing was a response to a post that Sexyy Red stated on her personal Facebook. As you all know, her name is Janae, that's her real name, and her Facebook name is Nay Savage. And y'all know the hood loves Facebook. So she says, "Who is my baby daddy's biggest op? I got a big, fat, wet waiting for you." So the baby dad screenshots this probably after seeing it and he writes, "Dang, I wish I would have seen this last night before I try to be cool. Now let's let the games begin. I'm done spearing you hot pocket poom poom play ball." So then it continues and he says, "Go ahead, do that. I'm gonna let everybody wake up before we go up." I believe this is his page, and then he tags Say Cheese, Vlad TV, DJ UTV, and Real FYB J Main. I don't know who that is, but it says, "Come get y'all's interviews done before my prices go up. I got a crazy story," which is crazy because although I understand his passion for saying what he wants to say, if he was done dirty, nobody cares about this. This is not breaking news in the way that he thinks it is. But then he continues on the next slide and has some words for her, his audience, and also records a phone conversation between him and Sexyy Red. Check this out.
Man, I got an infinity clip, you know that. Why you steady playing on this internet? Yo. Why you lying? Do all your know what's going on with you? Do you tell them you burning, or do you lie to them like you did me? Or is you lying to them niggas how you did me? Or is you lying? Or did you lie to me? Did you lie? Did you tell them the truth? Or did you tell them the truth? When you gonna keep it gangster? Hey. And when you gonna keep it gangster? When you gonna keep it gangster? That's what you did. You lied to me for 6 months and then you told me you had that shit.
So in one of the captions for the phone call message, he says, "Y'all's favorite rapper. She says she burning, everybody get burnt. Y'all gotta be strong for that north side poom poom because it's not for the weak and I'm the weak." He also says, "Remember you started this." And basically she was saying that she doesn't care that everyone's getting burnt. Now this is editor Chioma, and honestly, I didn't hear her say that I'm burning at first. And then when I was editing, I'm like, she's literally admitting to it, or is she just exaggerating? Check that clip back out and let me know what you think. That's kind of wild to say on Sexy Red's behalf, and I feel like you would only say that if you were caught having something or spreading it and then being somewhat ashamed or maybe just embarrassed, so you try to downplay what has happened to you. And the last time I talked about this topic, y'all should see how many people, your everyday women, who trusted the wrong person who eventually ended up contracting HSV, and they're not hoes, they're not whores, they're not outside, they're not hooking up with every Tom, Dick, and Harry. They literally trusted the wrong person who didn't disclose their status to them, and now they're living with something that essentially is incurable. I got a lot of DMs, a lot of comments, I saw a lot of stuff, and you know, I have a lot of DMs, so sorry if I didn't get to y'all to respond, but the fact that some of y'all were willing to even share your stories with me, it happens. I get that now. So I get the frustration of hearing someone almost be someone unaccountable or lackadaisical for their part in spreading something like HSV too. The tone that I got, it just came off like she doesn't care because she possibly hurt somebody or hurt him. She did eventually come out and say that she wasn't going to address any of this because she says it's not true and that we will leave everything on the internet, but I will get to that in a second. Let's continue. So this is not that funny, but when his voice started getting high pitched, I started cracking up. Like I was like, he really mad. But he continues on and says, hold on y'all, I'm gonna go live in a hot second, don't go anywhere. I got the answers. So then he drops this.
So if y'all don't know how HSV2 type 1 or 2 work, this how this shit go. You can't get rid of this shit. If you fuck somebody that got this shit while they having an outbreak, then you can contract it. But if you don't, you won't contract it. So for all my that I put that dick on in the past or in the future, I don't got this shit and my paperwork coming up. Cause I could buck some paperwork. I ain't no faking ass nigga. If I get on her and tell y'all that, y'all know I ain't gonna tell y'all no lies on my daughter. If I had this shit, I'd wear it on my chest. I'm talking about young boy got this shit. He ain't doing no faking. He ain't doing no faking on my daughter.
So then there was more after that, which he responded to, which was Sexy Red back on her Facebook page and said, y'all don't know how much I hate this man. I could tell him anything, he don't care. Like I effed hella dudes on you, bye. Then she says, on my kid's soul, the real reason he threw me off, I found all gay stuff in his phone. Let's talk about it, freaky bum. And he basically quotes that and says, I'm too bold to be gay / low down or any of that. Miss me with the homo-ish. No disrespect to the LGBT them, which is just crazy. Oh my God, the hood is crazy. Now, my take on this is that I find it crazy that she can actually say that she hooked up with all these different guys on him and it's laughed at and it's comical. But I feel like the problem in question is that you may or may not have spread something or contracted something, and just a lack of awareness for sexual self-control as well as sexual health just doesn't seem to exist. But I really don't expect any much different from someone like Sexy Red, just saying. So then he decides to post his HSV results, which was not detected. So essentially he is negative for HSV 1 and 2. I'm glad he came with some results, because when I talked about the guy called Gucci Third Leg who was an OnlyFans creator, I feel like he has yet to even post his results. He basically just said that he was done making content because I feel like he's just realized that no one is going to want to work with him at this point just due to the scandal of the whole entire situation. At least her baby daddy shared something with us. It's from April of this year, but at least we know that he's actively getting tested, and on top of that, he didn't really have to show us this, but he did. So that is the situation with Sexy Red. Those are all the allegations. Again, it's just allegations. I don't necessarily want to say that I believe it or not, but I do think her approach to not caring, despite this being her baby daddy who she doesn't like, I assume this is the baby daddy who she's had her daughter with, I'm not sure, but it's just all kind of ghetto. Like, I would hate to be this nationally recognized superstar for any reason, and this is the type of heat that's coming behind my name, because I can't leave the hood alone. I'm still messing with someone who I consider a freaky bum, which is what she said. I'm still hooking up with anybody because I'm hot in the pants because I have motion due to my celebrity. And I feel like we've seen this story time and time again. I don't mean to be disrespectful, but the one thing that didn't work in Megan Thee Stallion's case when people were giving her their public perception is that she was just moving way too fast. Of course, Megan has nothing to do with contracting anything, but we knew of so many different people that she hooked up with, and everybody was literally writing for her decisions to be here and there. But then when it came to her actual scandal, part of her scrutiny was how frivolously she was moving in such a sexual nature. And unfortunately, it did cost her a lot of pain and turmoil. It cost her her reputation, because there's just some people that still just don't believe her story. But the correlation to the Sexy Red case is that at the height of her career, she's moving here and there. She's spotted with Chief Keef, she's spotted with her baby daddy because she obviously was pregnant and recently had a kid. And then she's just been linked to be all over the place with how her brand imagery, which is again vulgar, overtly sexual, hood thought, etc., is looked at. And it all just seems like it's fun and games for the ladies to push promiscuity until something happens and they're being scrutinized, or their reputation is up in the air because of their actions and their approach to some things, or just the consequence of what they did, whether they're in the right or wrong. song. So I just feel like it's just up in the air whether you want to believe she's out here burning people or not. I know people were saying that she contracted something from Gucci third leg, allegedly. They were posted up in a picture hugging, and I found that. We can't say that he's the one who did it or just where or when it happened, but that's just why you have to actively get tested, because you just never know. But if she did hook up with him, it's a possibility, because we all know his situation was very messy, especially on the topic of HSV. Let me know y'all's thoughts on whether or not you think she has it based off of the phone call and everything that her child's father has said about her. Now, my second and final point is Sexy Red promotes exactly what she's trending for. Now, this is the same woman whose whole entire musical discography is based off of promoting nasty and raunchy sexual content. And I saw that she had dropped a song randomly on my YouTube feed, and it was called You Know What to Do. And I just felt like the song was really, really trash, like just dumpster fire garbage. Like, I've come to terms that as much as I don't like what she talks about and what she raps about, some of it isn't that bad. It'll be catchy, or just the fact that I'm not holding her to a high standard, so okay, I'm bobbing my head. But in this case, the song was trash. And I was just like, okay, so is this essentially going to be her flop era? Is this a humiliation tactic? Is this where things start to kind of depreciate or appreciate? Because she hasn't really dropped many songs lately. I know she just dropped a music video like a week ago, but I haven't been seeing her in my face as much. And after that backlash that she got from the lip gloss brand, it seems like people were just getting a little bit too fed up with her antics. So when I say she literally promotes the same thing she's being called out for, she has a whole lip gloss line that complements the names of certain STIs as the lip colors or flavors of these beauty products. She has one called gonorrhea, and it's supposed to be green. She also has one called yellow discharge, and it's obviously yellow. And it's all very disgusting, but she literally is sitting here being called out for contracting something, even though that's what she also promotes. So as the general public, is it too far-fetched for us to believe that it's a possibility that this could be true when you're literally telling us day in and day out that you are somewhat endorsing these things? And I don't like the comments that, oh, we're only doing this because she's a black girl from the hood, or that she has a certain look. No, I'm doing this based off of what this woman is saying in her music, in her interviews, in her tweets, and all of that. She literally admitted in the Lip Service podcast with Angela Yee that she has contracted chlamydia 2 times. And I'll be real, chlamydia is very common to contract. Your world isn't over if you get it. But the fact that she's been through that at least twice, and I remember the story of her creating the green gonorrhea lip color, saying that she was doing it for her friend who contracted that, I feel like she was the friend. I'm not gonna lie, I feel like she was the friend that she was talking about, allegedly.
This thing I ever said in the song is a lyric I said, damn, this nigga burn me smoking like a seed. What the fuck? It's real life. They act like this is not going on in the world.
Yeah. Right, but women, like, it's the no sugarcoating anything about
right.
anything about nothing for me. Like, I love it. The realness.
That's how it gotta be. That's the truth.
That's what I want to be when I grow up.
Let's go.
Free.
So
no,
free
that's
like
how I
that.
am. Like,
remember old Dirty Bastard? He was like, I got burnt by gonorrhea twice.
No, I ain't never had. I had chlamydia before though, twice.
Okay,
but I ain't never had.
That's the most pretty common.
Yeah, very common.
This what happened. Me and my nigga was together, and we broke up because he was cheating on me. So then we broke up. Then I went and did me. Then he did him, and then we missed each other, came back together.
Something wasn't right.
We both was like, "What the fuck is this smell?" Like, ugh, what's going on? So then we both went to the doctor. Yeah, went to the doctor together, and then we both was like, "Well, you 2 people," and he.
So someone on Twitter has said, promise y'all the only reason they constantly say she looks like she stinks is because she's darker skinned and from the hood. Y'all deep-rooted hate for dark skin. Women really do hurt me so bad. And then someone said, Sexy Red represents herself as dirty. No, filthy, matter of fact. No one is saying Coco Jones stinks. No one is saying Justine Skye stinks. No one is saying Kelly Rowland stinks. At some point, we gotta call spades spades. She then continues and says, Sexy Red says things like, I stink, I have STDs, I stink because I have STDs, shout out to STDs. And then people will be like, Sexy Red looks like she stinks. And then naysayers will be like, you're colorist and you're classist. And I agree. People want to be so delusional as if there isn't a specific reason why people may believe some negative things about her. She literally promotes them. So it's no surprise to me that she's now trending for potentially contracting something or spreading it when all she does is promote that same imagery. I saw a tweet that she made and she said, heard you want a stud, I got the STD, all I need is you. Like, she literally put a pun on the word stud and STD and thought it was funny or creative. And as much as it is grammatically clever, you're literally telling people that you have these things, but then want to tell the world it's not true and that we believe everything or anything. No, ma'am. We believe what you tell us. I know we're supposed to take everything with a grain of salt and all of it may just be entertainment, but you then can't essentially question the intelligence of the general public when you put out all of these narratives about you. And then once someone tries to prove that maybe part of it may be true, now we're the ones that are so gullible and naive. Absolutely not. So I don't know what to believe. She might be burning, she might not. Life goes on if she's contracted HSV because it is something that is maintainable. You know, I learned a lot from my last video with some people telling me their stories, and you know, just keep going. I can't personally account for the experience, but I feel like him outing her was very crazy, but it seems like she came for him first by trying to insinuate that he was gay. So maybe they're just both hitting below the belt. I don't know. I don't get in between baby mothers and baby daddies, let alone boyfriends and girlfriends who are back and forth and on and off, because that might be World War III. When it comes to Sexy Red, she's just gonna have to deal with the fact that she's also promoted an imagery that makes it more believable that this is the case, which is why I've always called her out since she came out. But I guess we'll just have to see what happens next. So that is it for this video. I hope you all enjoyed. Please let me know your commentary on my commentary down below. What do you think? What do you know? Let me know. If you haven't already, go ahead and check out my vlog channel. The link is pinned down below. But this time I'm also going to pin my TikTok. I want to start promoting my TikTok more because I've been trying to post a little bit more on there of my personal content. So if you're looking for me outside of YouTube, definitely follow me on TikTok. It is pinned down below. And as always, don't forget to follow me on all of my social media networks, and I will see y'all in my next video. Bye, y'all.
Say moi, bisous on my body, love that. Yeah, we had tough times, can we rise above that? Your smile's my weakness, your body give me releases. With through my day be increasing, then you bless me like sneezes. I could write a whole